Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is our final Hellbound reaction. Okay, so this is a fairly short series overall, but I kind of feel like that works and it's what it sort of needed to be. It's such an incredibly dark, depressing series that I feel like if you were to continue watching it for a tremendous amount of extra episodes more, it would just be too much. It would weigh you down. I don't know, for me that's something that happens with certain shows. Like I can't watch The Handmaid's Tale anymore. It got to a certain point after a couple seasons where it was just so horrific, and anyway, besides the point, but I think you guys get my message here overall. So we're about to start episode 6. This is the finale. I'm really worked up because I just watched episode 5, and if you guys saw my reaction to that, you know I was pretty angry with a lot of things that happened there. So I'm not foreseeing a happy ending to this, but I have to know what happens. So I'm very curious to know what happens. I really want there to be some serious consequences to those horrible Arrowhead people at the very least, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright guys, let's do this. Hope for the best. Keep your fingers crossed. Here's the finale of Hellbound. Here we go. Oh god. Oh my god! What do you think they're gonna say to you? They're gonna say it's your fault, and then they're gonna try and cover it up.
신자였어요.
Oh, wait.
누구보다도
That's
세신대의
true.
뜻에 따랐던 사람이고요. 그런데 고지를 받고 나도 모르는 무슨 죄를 저지른 게 아닌가. 얼마나 괴로운지 몰라요. 죽을 수 있죠. 죽을 수 있어요. 뭐 병에 걸릴 수도 있고 사고가 날 수도 있고. 그런데 지옥에 간다는 게 이게 내 스스로를 너무 밉게 만들어요. 이 아기는 내가 잘못 살지 않았다. 내가 잘못 살지 않았다. 그래서 키울 거였다.
고지 받았다는 영상을 올릴 거예요. 최대한 많은 사람들이 볼 수 있게 만들어야 돼요.
그거라면 저한테 좋은 방법이 있습니다. 제가 예전에 인터넷 방송 같은 거를 했었거든요.
That's the Arrowhead guy!
지금이라도 제 계정에 올리면 사람들이 많이 볼 거예요. 자, 잠깐만요. 카메라 장비들 아직까지 있을 거예요. 내가 어디서?
That's Clown Rush Limbaugh! Holy shit! My mind is fucking blown!
우리 의장단 이거 어떻게 생각해요?
글쎄 뭐 이제는 원죄론으로 가야
Oh
되잖아.
my god, that's what they said, right? That they would just change the doctrine. That's what I was saying they would too, but
우리 세질회가 이렇게 단시간 내에 큰 영향을 끼칠 수 있었던 건 우리가 이해할 수 있는 범위 내에 죄인들이 지옥에 간다는 거였는데 원죄론을 인정하는 순간
Yeah, people
개신교하고
won't
뭐가
want to.
다르냐는 얘기가 나올 게 뻔합니다. 순식간에 세력이 쪼그라들 거예요. 아 그럼 뭐요? 뭐 대안이 있어?
근데요, 그게 다 자기를 살려달라고 그 얘기를 하는 거였어요. 계속 살고 싶으니까 자기 좀 어떻게 해달라고 우는 거예요. 처음이에요. 누군가 이렇게 강하게 나한테 도와달라고 하는 게. 나 아니면 안 된다고 말하는 게 처음.
처음이었다고요. 저는 끝까지 애기랑 같이 있을 거예요.
알겠습니다.
그건
Oh no. Oh no. That's what they're gonna tell him. Jesus Christ.
절대적 메시지입니다. 제 생각에는 신도 실수를 한다는 증명, 그리고 그 실수를 바로잡으려는 의지
You're gonna
같은 거
convince this guy
아닐까요?
he's the fucking Messiah?
어쩌다 보니 신도 실수를 한 거예요. 아기에게 고지를 내려버렸으니까요. 이걸 사람들이 알면 어떻게 될까요? 큰 혼란이 일어나겠죠. 그래서 이동욱 씨를 이용해서 그 실수를 덮어버리려는 게 아닐까요? 이동욱 씨는 신의 실수를 덮어주는 앞으로 신이 가장
정신 좀 차려봐요.
No.
정신 좀.
Get back in there. Psychopath, man.
근데 말이야, 이 신이란 놈이 참 야비한 놈이야 이게. 실수를 안 처하고 그걸 덮으려고 나를 선택했단 말이죠.
이 아이는 곧 시련을 받기로 되어 있는 자아입니다. 꼭 좀 봐주세요.
What? Oh God. This shows that it can be stopped. That people. It's not some divine judgment that the people could stop it. No, don't let them. Stop them. Yes. Stop them.
당신들 지금 신의 뜻을 어기고 있는 거야. 빨리 안 비켜?
That's right. People don't have to put up with this.
사이코 놈들아.
Yes. Fuck yes.
뭐라고?
그만해. 거짓말쟁이들아.
Yes.
뭐라고?
Oh god.
뭐라고? 참아야지. 씨.
유지사제,
Yes.
당신을 폭행 현행범으로 체포합니다. 당신은 묵비권을 행사할 수 있고
Hell
변호사를
yes.
선임할 권리가 있고.
Yes.
뭐야 이거?
It's already starting. People are done with all your lies and bullshit.
지금 무슨 짓을 하고
You
있는지
are
알아?
done.
아무
All of you
없다는 게
dumbasses are
뭔지 알아?
done. Frauds.
저는 신이 어떤 놈인지를 잘 모르고 관심도 없어요. 제가 확실히 아는 건 여긴 인간들의 세상이라는 겁니다. 인간들의 세상은 인간들이 알아서 해야죠. 안 그렇습니까, 변호사?
What? What? I don't even know how to respond to that being the ending. I have no idea what the hell just happened. Was she resurrected? Brought back from wherever she was? And does this mean that everybody else that was taken, that's also going to happen too? Or will have started happening too? So Chairman Jung will be coming back. Both the parents will be coming back. That psycho Arrowhead guy will be coming back. Presumably, right? And what the hell does this mean in regards to the question of what or who is responsible for this? And what's happened to them? It's been years. So has she been dead and been resurrected? Or was she transported somewhere else and now is transported back? And we still have no idea who is behind this. I mean, it's not going to be God. It's not some divine thing. They clearly aren't sent to hell for all eternity if they're coming back here. I don't know. I'm assuming this is actually a lead into a second season. Like, that's the only explanation for how they ended this, with her returning but without any sort of explanation. So I'm assuming the second season will provide us with an explanation of where everybody went and what is ultimately behind this and how it's not, you know, God, but something else really weird and fucked up that's going on. Even before that ending, honestly, I didn't know what to say other than this episode was pretty honestly amazing. The story arc of the mother that she went through, from the having the baby and loving the baby to the absolute like terror about what this meant about her baby, to the shame of what it meant about her as a mother, that she questioned that, to then her actually almost losing the baby to the church fanatics and then like clinging on to them and realizing that she did love the baby and that the baby did nothing wrong, and forming that attachment to the point where then she says she's gonna stay with them and then ends up sacrificing her life along with her husband, who also was an amazing character, and they end up ultimately saving the baby, which I did not I'm actually surprised. Before this episode started, I was like, there are 3 things that I really want to happen. I want the Arrowhead people to die, and I want the religious cult assholes to be exposed, and I want the baby to live. But I thought that probably none of those would happen, or maybe one. But out of all of them, the one I thought that was least likely to happen was the baby actually living. So the fact the baby lived was something to begin with, and the way that it happened was ridiculously well done. I mean, obviously I got extremely emotional, and I've really been very into this series, very kind of captivated by it, but I didn't realize like the emotional investment until like that moment, and it really hit me. Yeah, but this episode was good all the way around. Like, I was shocked when it was revealed that he was the Arrowhead guy. And then I actually allowed myself to believe that he had come to a realization of the truth and was reformed. But no, he's a lunatic. He always was a lunatic. He just needed an explanation that would allow him to continue to believe in his nonsense while also accepting that he had been condemned, even though he wasn't a sinner who broke any of those rules. And then he goes full on flip out, killing people. It was fairly satisfying to see Min being able to fight him and kick his ass, and then ultimately what happened to him too was very satisfying. But the fact that she was able to do that when he directly was the one that sent all those Arrowhead people off, and they killed her mother and then did all those horrific things to her, that was a poetic situation, I felt. And then she gets out of there with the baby, which is great, which is good. Yeah, I do think it's interesting also because the Arrowhead isn't really brought down, and only one of those guys is really taken out. And it was cathartic to see that happen to him, and well-deserved since he was the face of it. But there's so many others of them that are still fucking out there, and they horrifically murder people by burning them alive, and also... So yeah, that didn't happen. They didn't all die as they deserved. And the church wasn't really taken down, but they definitely established that the cracks have been laid in their kind of hegemony over the society and their control of the system, just by the fact of, first of all, any people standing up to them after they saw what happened, after they saw the baby condemned and saw the parents save the baby. They are trying to stand up for them and stopping them from getting Min and the baby. And then directly, that one older man directly, like, basically calling them liars and frauds, which they are. And then a police officer willingly arresting one of them. You can see that it started, which is just what I had been saying, that it wouldn't necessarily just put an end to everything to have that demonstration, but it would put enough doubt about them into enough people's minds that their stranglehold on the power system would not be able to continue to exist. And so we didn't actually see that all fall apart, or that asshole chairman get what he deserved either, but we did at least see the beginning, the foundation of that falling apart. So I'd assume next season is gonna, like I said, have to deal with all those unanswered questions. And then it'll also be pretty interesting when resurrected individuals start showing up and what that's gonna mean. So yeah. That was a crazy series. That was a really crazy series. I'm really glad that I watched it. It was intense. I definitely feel like the last couple of episodes took it up a notch in terms of quality. Like, it was already a very good and interesting show, but I feel that the latter end of the season that focused on the producer and his family, and then when Min came in with them and everything, that was the superior part of the season for me, even though Chairman Jung was definitely one of the more interesting characters and he wasn't in it in the second half, though he could be coming back in season 2, since, you know, and wouldn't that be interesting what he would have to say. But yeah, I felt like it was more emotionally affecting the second half on, and it was just very well done. But the whole show, I'm sure that there's probably some people that would feel like the actual executioners, monsters, look kind of a bit ridiculous. And even in the first episode, I saw them and I was like, all right, it's like a smoke rock Thanos sort of thing. They look a bit silly, and the CGI isn't necessarily the strongest in the world, but it wasn't that bad. And at a certain point, you're not like scared of them in the way of a horror movie monster, so to speak, but their presence is horrific because of what they do to people, the horrible way that they end up killing them painfully and slowly before all of it ends. And the fact that up until the end here, it seemed like nobody could survive it or get out of it. So that in and of itself is frightening, and the fact of it being arbitrary. But the ultimate horror of the show obviously comes from people, comes from the way people treat other people, the way people use other people's suffering in order to gain advantage, the deluded people and how they're able to gain positions of power and then also be manipulated by others in position of power in order to spread their lies and gain control. Yeah, the horrible things that people will do to each other is really the underlying most upsetting part of the series, which is, I'm sure, makes sense. It all makes sense, but still. So I thought it was a really good show. I was very worked up a lot of the time. So, you know, I said I wasn't necessarily emotionally invested until the end, but I certainly was at least emotionally invested in the emotion of anger. So, but yeah, especially the last couple episodes I thought were really, really something high quality. So I'm gonna wrap this up here, guys. You'll have to let me know in the comments what your thoughts were about the season as a whole, about if there's a season 2, what exactly is gonna be said, about where the people are going and who maybe is behind it, if you have any sort of idea, or what's coming next possibly. I'm really curious, but yeah. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.